Welcome back to another GeoGuessr daily challenge. In each video of this series, I will create 3 challenge links which you can find in the descriptions. I will try to explain my guess in every round. You can learn a lot if you are a beginner, or if you are a better player, you are very welcome to challenge my score. Okay, here we go, round 1. This is not something easy to guess. We're in Europe with this blue strip on the license plate. Is that saying stop? And then looking at it, it seems like not stop. I don't know, maybe there's only 3 letters. If it is that case, we're in Turkey with the DUR. The DUR sign is only found in Turkey, and in other parts of Europe they all use stop. The chevron color makes sense, but a lot of countries in Europe also use this chevron. We have a double guardrail, which is a little bit interesting. All white line, of course you can find it in Turkey. Another thing I think this is Turkey is because like this sign is very common in Turkey, this narrow chevron. Look at the landscape, I think it also makes sense. It's very green with mountains. Of course you get a lot of dry area in Turkey. If it is like Turkey and it is green mountains, I would say it is like north part of the country. I'm thinking maybe like this area. It's very green, very mountainous here. Nice region guess. Actually in my main channel, I've talked about an interesting fact near this garrison. Maybe I get the vibe of that when I'm doing research. That's a very nice region guess. Let's go to round 2. Okay, we have this sign. This should be the Spanish sign. We are driving on the right with this stop road marking. Not the best view here. We are just like in a town. A lot of them just look quite similar. This sign without a white border is very Spanish. If I want to do a humble guess, I could just send near Madrid, but I don't think this is near Madrid. I feel like there would be more red brick architecture near Madrid. That trees just look a little bit more coastal to me, but this is just one of them. But I don't know, I just get a coastal vibe here. But the problem is I don't know I should go north, east or south here. I'm standing like here. Yeah, it's this part of area. It's near Barcelona. I don't know, the buildings there are not very modern. It's like a little bit more traditional, so maybe near Barcelona. And I get a little bit the vibe of France, so I said near France. That's another good region guess. Okay, round 3. We have this style of road lines, it's very unique. We also have the long plates. We are driving on the left, you can see the stop marking here. This is South Africa. You know, when we are driving on the left, not much country we can choose. And this road line you can find in South Africa. Not a lot of countries use this kind of road lines. And the green plate is something you can find in South Africa. But now it's the region guessing. I'm not confident with this. A little bit mountainous. There are a lot of mountains to the south of the country. There are other random mountains in the north, in here and other places. I don't think it's Cape Town. The mountains are not big enough, and I don't think it's like Durban. The trees in Durban is a little bit different. Okay, those are the Sutu mountains, and the green plate may be helpful because the plate in South Africa is somewhat regional. If I find something, I can put the information here. Could be useful to learn, but just a reminder, car can travel. Alright, next round. This is very useful. We are in Sweden. When you see these red buildings, this is quite common in Nordic countries like Norway, Sweden and Finland. Let me see if I can find other things. Not really, but this thing is regional specific. However, I didn't learn them. This is the Swedish bus stop sign. If you want to have good region guess in Sweden, this is quite useful in Sweden. I would say not a lot of people learn it, but when this show up, you know the region, so it's quite useful. I will just hatch middle. Let's look at the trees. I will put the information of the Swedish bus stop sign map here. Maybe just pick a few you find is easy to remember, so maybe someday you can have some good guess by using the bus stop sign. The trees here are not too thin, so I don't want to send to north. Maybe I hash more near Norway border because I don't feel like it's coastal. Okay, it's not near Norway, it's just some random hills here. But 4.5k is not bad, I will take that. Yeah, from the map you should see that red bus stop sign you can find in this county. Let's go to the last round. Okay, we have some red soil, seems like Brazil to me. That feels like a Brazilian pole. There are some sections between them. That's quite far away, it's not very clear. When you see more, you can recognize that. It's a little bit hilly, and we have some cactus here. This is just something like middle of nowhere. We have some trees there. I don't recognize any of them. When I see hilly, I would send more near coast. Could be just the middle. I don't think it's like Amazonas area. You know, this is not some really big hills. Could be like in everywhere. The Brazilian guess is always not easy, but we'll see. It's more north of the country. Didn't expect that. Usually it's more dry here. Maybe it's dry more north. Not the best score, but I'm happy with my guess, especially the first and the second round, that I think I did get a very good region guess. And when I do the editing, I would like to see if the green plate in the South Africa helps, or maybe study a little bit of the Swedish bus stop sign. And okay, we are going to game 2. The link is also down in the description. Oh, I forgot to copy that. Never mind, I will do that later. We should be in Sri Lanka. We have kind of a low camera. There are some Gen 4 low camera in Sri Lanka. These trees is quite common there. I cannot find a Sri Lanka pole. You can see the pole here. I think this is just a glitch. Using the Sri Lanka standard, I would say this is a little bit dry. Look at the insulator. It's bigger than other countries. Sri Lanka have a bigger insulator. With a little bit dry, I would say it's more north of the country. Could be also east. Again, this is using the Sri Lanka standard. And yeah, it is the east part of the country. Generally, it's more dry to the north and east. When you go to Google Map and look at the central or the southwest of the country, you can see it is even more green. With the new Gen 4 coverage, you're kind of getting a low cam, which the camera level is a little bit lower than other street view coverage. Unlike Japan and Switzerland, Sri Lanka don't always use the low cam. Okay, round 2. Red soil, want to send Brazil. We got another Brazilian pole. A little bit afraid of the Brazil region guess here. I'm not sure what I'm going to send here. A free red soil. I find something similar in Goiás. But you know Brazil, the entire country have a lot of red soil. I think that's a red plate. The only country used red plate is Bhutan. The cars in Bhutan use red plate. But this is definitely not Bhutan. This red plate is because of the commercial car in Brazil. Commercial car in Brazil, you can see red plate. So if you don't know about the country and you see a red plate, it looks like Brazil, then it is Brazil, not other South American country. And I don't think you will mix up Bhutan and Brazil anyway. But usually in Brazil, they will have a long plate. Sometimes you can see a blue tint. Just the commercial car, they will have a red plate. This is the Gen 4 car with the blue color. The Google car in Brazil can help you to region guess, but I didn't learn them. I talk a lot about other things because I don't know about the region of this round, so I'm just hedging the middle. And I don't think there's like any problem guessing Goiás in this round. Maybe that tree lets me don't want to guess Goiás. We have 10 seconds left. Do I want to change? I maybe want to change more inland. I don't know. That's a good change. To me, this is already a close guess, but you see Brazil is brutal. It's just a big country. I still cannot get like 4,000 points here. But as my standard, that's a good guess. Next one here, we are driving on the left. We can see the back of the sign here, so it is set up for left-hand traffic. But I think we are in South Africa. I cannot think other places look like this. Yeah, we have a lot of fences here, like the wooden fences. We have a lot of these kind of thing in South Africa, maybe for the security issues. And that ACT sign, I cannot see the letter, but you can find in other countries, but it is very common in South Africa. We are just like in a city of South Africa, so I don't know where to guess. To me, usually I would just quick send like Pretoria. This is kind of an agreement of GeoGuessr player. If you don't know San Pretoria, I cannot see any mountains from the distance. I don't think it's the south part of the country. It's not looking north to me as well. The soil color may be a little bit different there. You have some darker soil like the black soil. I don't know why. I'm just sending near Pretoria, Johannesburg area. Yeah, it's just there. It's just like a city, and I feel like the architecture is a little bit modern, but that's not 100%. You can find like similar houses in other area. Cape Town is also very developed, but in the distance, I cannot see any mountains, so I will not consider Cape Town there. I can definitely see it could be near Pretoria. It's a capital guess, but anyway, it is a good guess. Okay, going to round 4. That H sign, I think you can only find in Germany and Austria. I think this is Austria because with this bollard, the German bollard is different. So this is the Austria bollard. You can find similar bollard in Slovenia, but more commonly in Austria, they will have the black reflector. In Slovenia, you can only see the red reflector. The landscape also match Austria. Using the Austria standard, I cannot see big mountains like the snow mountains there. So I'm not considering the west of the country. I'm go more a little bit north. It's just some random hills, I think. Of course, I'm using the Austria standard, not using the Netherlands standard, which is completely flat there. Hedging middle of this part of the country. There are some elevation, maybe not as flat as like Linz or Vienna. Oh wow, it's near Germany. I just don't want to stand there because usually there are a lot of snow mountains there. From the map, you can see this makes sense. It's a little bit flatter here. Sometimes it's about the probabilities. What's the chance you get area like here? It's just a small area, but you just don't want to go extremely west. But you know, shout out to this part of the country. GeoGuessr player like to shout out for everything. Oh, there is a place called Egg here. Interesting. I don't know if they pronounce the same in their language. Okay, let's go to the last round. So far, we are getting 9 countries right, so we are going to get 10 countries straight. We are in Kazakhstan. Let's turn around, we'll see a big white car. Here we go. I know this is Kazakhstan because I realized this bollard. I cannot see other country using this 3D bollard. It's like a triangle. This white car, you know, this is Kazakhstan. It kind of looks like Russia. Even the infrastructure here, you see the bollard style is quite Russian as well. And you know, this sign with the black bottom, red background and right strap font is quite Russian as well. I'm going to send. Just find a road angle that fits. I didn't learn Kazakhstan. You can look at the car method. You can use the dirt on the car to identify the region. I don't know about them. I'm just going to click like kind of middle. This road angle looks quite good to me. Oh wow, we're in the right region. That's a good guess. Kazakhstan just added like a month ago, and the coverage just covered the main road and the main city. So it's a very learnable country, and it is a very big country. I think it is the 9th biggest country in the world. So learning how to region guess it is very useful in GeoGuessr. Although there are a lot of car matters because you can see that big car. Sometimes you can see a red luggage in the back of the pickup truck that can help you find the roads. But you also have a diverse landscape in Kazakhstan that can help you to identify the region. Some of them is very dry, some of them you can see a little more green, sometimes you can see snow mountains, and I saw already have the Kazakhstan guide. I'm surprised how fast they work on it. This is a very good score, I would say. We got like Brazil and Kazakhstan, a big country, although I don't know why I just zoom into the right road, and hopefully you find the information I provide is helpful. A research from the United States shows that hurricanes with feminine names result in more deaths than those with the masculine names, possibly because the people underestimate the dangers of storms with gentler sounding names and fail to take adequate preventions. No matter you trust it or not, see you tomorrow.